Hey everybody, it's InnoVision! And what an exciting last couple of weeks it's been for gamers and TMNT collectors. There were so many amazing NECA TMNT reveals during the New York Toy Fair, we couldn't possibly fit them all in our highlights video last week. So we're back! Also going on right now is Walmart's Spring Collector Con, where several of NECA's reveals are now available for pre-order. Today, not only will we provide an update on something so amazing that I'm stoked about going on in the handheld gaming space, we're going to continue to unpack NECA's TMNT reveals from the Toy Fair. To celebrate our friends who are joining us here today, we're going to unbox and review our Donatello from the NECA TMNT Pizza Club line of turtles, and we're going to unbox and review Donnie's portable portal generator accessory. You don't want to miss any of it. NECA had so many gnarly TMNT announcements at the Toy Fair last week, we couldn't possibly cover them all. So we're going to unpack a few more of those things here today, but before we get to that, a couple of public service announcements. I would like to thank everyone in our community who showed up to vote for who their favorite Ninja Turtle is. And I also want to thank everyone who's been engaging in the community. I've learned a lot from you all, and this is actually shaping the discussion that we're having here today. And because poor Donnie didn't get any love in the survey, that's why I chose to unbox him here today. For a while now, there's been speculation that Microsoft would be working on a handheld gaming console. There even was a leaked company document during one of their court trials that showed a handheld or portable Xbox in their product roadmap. Just recently, there's an article post on Windows Central, and I'm going to post a link in the description of the video, but they have some intel on a handheld gaming console that might make it out as early as this year that's being developed in collaboration with Asus and Microsoft. This is very interesting for a couple reasons. It's called Project Keenan. As much as I would love a portable handheld gaming console that's running the Xbox operating system, I don't think that that's what we're going to see later this year. What I believe we'll see is Microsoft working with Asus to drive a specification or a standard for unifying all of these handheld gaming PCs to use the Windows game bar. So that it doesn't matter whether you're on a Legion Go or a MSI Claw or whatever handheld gaming device, it will have the same look, feel, appearance, and the way you interact with it if you're a company that applies for that certification. And I think it would be beneficial. And hopefully this certification process might lead to something like Xbox app big picture mode, much like how the Steam software has big picture mode, because you can control it using your controller, but it just still doesn't feel natural. And so maybe if everything is unified and has the same kind of look and feel and appearance, they can now have a big picture mode, which is like, that would be like a first class gaming experience on these devices. One thing I'm also thinking about is that it doesn't really make sense for the position that Microsoft's in. They might not necessarily roll out their own hardware running the Xbox operating system because we already have a lot of competition in the handheld gaming PC segment, and so this actually puts them in a really nice position where external vendors can actually be driving that specification with them, and they can continue to try to push Windows games out to more devices, and so that would actually give them leverage in the battle against Steam. We'll see. As soon as I learn anything else, I'll let all of you know. Some of our good friends in the community have pointed out in our discussions that the Universal Monster mashup with Krang is the Metaluna mutant from this island Earth. Now, I had to go look this one up. So Metaluna mutants are insect biped critters that are more intelligent than insects. Seeing Krang in the likeness of this Metaluna mutant, you can definitely see it in his head. It's got this kind of like bulbous kind of appearance. I love the colors of this figure. I don't know if I mentioned that last time. I'm in love with the colors here. We can even see that Krang's has pinchers on it that look like the insect pinchers on the Metaluna mutant. One of our good friends in the community, Ray, has pointed out that James Groman is a very talented sculptor who's behind not only this Metaluna mutant Krang, but the two-headed turtle creature. And here's some clips from his Instagram. I mean, this guy's work is phenomenal. He's extremely talented. We even have some of his work here on this Baxter Stockman that's being shipped by Mondo Toys. I love it. One thing that he pointed out is that these are very early sculpts and probably don't reflect what the final quality by the time these figures ship. But either way, I like them as they are now. I say ship it. Another friend of the community pointed out that this Shredder as the Dracula, which is available for pre-order on NECA's site right now, will come in 3 different color variants. Here we have the 3 different boxes so we can take a look. Now, you can see some subtle differences, and the differences are in the color of the armor. But when we take a look at the figures themselves, you can see a world of difference. So we've got a black armor suit, we've got a crimson armor suit, and we've got a gold and black armor suit. The black armor suit's the NECA store exclusive, the gold and black suit is the Walmart exclusive, and the crimson suit is going to be the Target exclusive. The two I like the most are the crimson suit and the black armor. I already have the black armor one pre-ordered, but if I were to get another one, I'll just have to see how it goes when the time comes. I would probably pick up the crimson suit one because it reminds me of Bram Stoker's Dracula. He had that crimson armor. That is, oh man, it is just totally gnarly. Personally, I like the black armor shredder the best here. The crimson suit one is a close second for me. Now, I've heard a few folks in the community say they've already pre-ordered the black armored shredder as Dracula. Out of curiosity, has anybody else pre-ordered it? Or are you guys waiting for, the crimson one or the gold and black one? Let me know. Another reveal I'm totally amped about is the Stan Sakai turtles. Here we've got amazing colors, and it's cool to see the personalities of each of the turtles come out in this Japanese-American art style of Stan Sakai. And we've got Mikey over here looking happy-go-lucky, while the rest of his brothers have various shades of mean mug in it. These figures are absolutely beautiful, and I am definitely getting these. We've got April here as a mutated turtle. This comes from the Archie comics, and in this issue of the comic, she was temporarily mutated as a turtle, and you can see the A on her belt here. This also marked the first female turtle, and this was a few years before Venus de Milo from TMNT Next Mutation came out. But let's don't talk about that show. Another friend in our community, Los, has mentioned that NECA will likely be re-releasing the movie TMNT Turtles to coincide with the release of the What If, Bebop, and Rocksteady action figures we saw at the fair. And I think his observation is spot on. So for the last couple of days, Walmart's Spring Collector Con's been going on, and I've been able to pick up 2 re-releases of NECA TMNT movie turtle sets. I was able to pick up the Kino with his moped, and my favorite here, Splinter versus Shredder. And it's a darn shame that I didn't have these sooner, because I met both Ernie Reyes Jr., who played Donatello in the stunt suit, and Kino in TMNT Secret of the Ooze, and I also met Kevin Clash, who's the puppeteer and voice of Master Splinter, Elmo, characters from Fraggle Rock, and the movie The Labyrinth. Yeah, if I would have had these toys with me when I went to the convention, I would have definitely had these folks autograph them. But either way, I'm totally stoked that I'm about to add these to my collection. And you know we're going to unbox them right here. Also revealed at the NY Toy Fair and available for pre-order now during Walmart's Spring Collector Con, we've got Shote from the Mirage Comics line, and we've got Ace Duck from the Stump Wrestling line. We've got Ace Duck here. He's looking mighty bulky, and he's looking quite pompous. Nothing like the Toon line Ace Duck. This guy's wearing some skinny pants, and he has a kind of pompous vibe as well, actually. Shote is a Ronin henchman of Savanti Romero, the time traveler. Now, both these figures look great. They're coming in at $50 plus shipping. That's a little bit too much. I don't know how I feel about $50 per figure just yet. I might end up picking up the Stump Wrestling Ace Duck simply because I already have most of that set completed. But just last year, or during the last Collector Con, we had Cryin' Hound, and he was $40. It's already gone up $10 since then. One of the reveals during the Toy Fair was Playmates Toys' reissue of the Military Turtles. I used to have the Leonardo when I was younger. This is a great way for me to collect all of them in one spot. Ever since Playmate's been doing reissues of their classic toys, this is one of the ones I've been most excited about. I've always wanted the different turtles for their different specialties. We've got Mikey as a Navy SEAL, Donnie as a Special Ops, Raph as a Green Teen Beret, Leonardo as the Lieutenant. It's almost time for the fun part. So what we have here is our Donatello from the Pizza Club line of turtles. This was released during NECA's Haulathon last year. It's been sitting here for almost a year, so it's time to unbox it. But before we get to that, given that Donnie's kind of received the least amount of love in the community vote, I wanted a chance to kind of motivate him and his accomplishments. As a student of the sciences myself, I can appreciate Donatello's excitement around machines, electronics, and tinkering. In fact, what I'm about to do is share a little bit of my personal story with everyone. I was supposed to be Dr. InnoVision, but not in the sense of Doctor of Medicine, but more in the sense of Doctor of Science in computer science. I studied topics ranging from analysis of algorithms, quantum computing, computer vision. All of these are very exciting and challenging topics. My dissertation was a 9-chapter book on semi-automatic methods for extracting features from medical images. And unfortunately, due to university politics, I was unable to finish the work. My advisor ended up moving to another university. In order for me to continue my work on this topic, I was being pressured to move to this other university where I might have to start over again and do a postdoc. And so there was no guarantee that if I made this move that I would actually be able to complete the dissertation. I'd finished all my coursework, I'd written my dissertation. All I needed to do was defend the topic. Essentially, it was held over my head. If you want to use this data set to complete your work, you're going to have to move to this university with me. And there's no guarantee that if I made this move that I would actually get to finish, or how long it would take to finish. And so I made my decision at the time to just cut my losses. I'd been dealing with this guy for like 5 or 6 years by now. And so I knew how he operated. And so I didn't get a warm, fuzzy feeling that there was a guarantee that, there's this utopia on the other side here. And so that's when I said, okay, I'm going to hedge my bets here. I'm going to focus on high performance computing. Now, this move by my advisor wasn't spontaneous, didn't happen overnight. With these kind of things, you kind of see the writing on the wall. The year leading up to my committee falling apart, I started honing in my skills on high performance computing, especially geared towards hardware acceleration. And this place served me very well. I ended up taking this little bit of experience that I had working on hardware acceleration. I was actually taking programs and making them run on graphics cards to get them to be hardware accelerated. You can think of it kind of like this. When you wash clothes and dry clothes at the same time, that's called instruction level parallelism. So you can do two operations at the same time. You can wash and you can dry. Now, if you had 100 washers or 100 dryers, you can wash 100 batches of clothes at the same time, or you could dry 100 batches of clothes at the same time. When you can farm out your work to a graphics card, or a massively parallel system for that matter, you can wash many clothes at the same time and dry many clothes at the same time. And so the real trick is, how do you transform your problem from one space to another? At the time that I went through all this, I was very sad. I was very upset. There's a moral to the story here. At the time, this was very upsetting for me. I poured 6 years of my life and passion into this project, and to not be able to finish it when I'm at the very end was very defeating. But I made a decision. It wasn't an easy decision, but I made a decision that this will not define who I am. This will not define my career. This is a stepping stone for where I would like to be. I ended up spending a few years working in a world-renowned research lab on high-performance computing. I've worked at Fortune 100 companies on shipping hardware products. I've worked at several startup companies. I've worked on AAA video games. And I've even worked as an operations manager for $1 billion business unit at a Fortune 100 company. And so all of these things, these experiences, these are all made possible because I treated that experience like a stepping stone. I didn't let this experience define me. I defined the life I wanted to have and used that experience as a stepping stone. There is a moral to this story. When life gives you lemons, I hate to say it, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. And you get good. And then you keep making that lemonade until you make that frozen lemonade. Enough about me. It's time for the fun part. Let's talk about this Donatello from the Pizza Club line of turtles. So much like Raphael, it comes in a box that looks styled like a VHS tape. And we've got the lettering on the side, NECA, that looks like Family Home Entertainment. And it's got a blurb about Donatello's personality. And then we've got, this is a piece of art that looks similar to the intro in the cartoon from the 80s. And this Donatello comes with one of the coolest accessories. He has a spinning bow staff. He comes with some electronics, VHS tape. It looks like a little diploma, some replaceable hands, and of course a pizza. And we're going to upload some high resolution pictures of it. I often get this question. People ask me, who's my favorite turtle? And it depends on what phase of life I'm in. So at the time that I was studying and I was a student of science, Donatello was my favorite turtle. Growing up, Leonardo was my favorite turtle. As a father, actually, Raphael is my favorite turtle. When I met my wife, Michelangelo was my favorite turtle. So depending on what phase. And so now, kind of the way I see the turtles, their strength is in their different personalities. That's what makes them such a dynamic team. And they get so much more done working together than when each of them stands out for their individual personality. This is one of those that the sum of the parts is greater than the whole kind of thing, or whatever, how you want to put it. Yeah, teamwork makes the dream work. While we're on the topic of tinkering, I've already started sourcing the materials for our next illest toy mod. Donatello does machines. Let's open it. Look at that. I love these bold colors of the Pizza Club turtles. So he comes with some electronic gizmo. He's got a pet monkey, VHS tape, interchangeable hands, a diploma, bow staff, pizza with his favorite toppings. Last but not least, his spinning bow staff. So one of these hand accessories is meant to fit in it. Look at that, y'all. Even little InnoVision's excited about this toy unboxing video. We're gonna start unboxing this portal generator. Cool. So it comes with some holographic cards that you can kind of change the scenery on it. Cool. I love the picture they have here on the box. You know, we've got the portal generator actually engaged. It's armed and working. And then on the back of the box, we've got the action figures themselves staged in some scenes here. This looks so nice. There's a lot of details on the generator itself. We've got little knobs. I'm curious which ones move or don't move. So it looks like this one moves. It looks similar to the quality of the bits and pieces that we see in things like Donatello's lab diorama. The same kind of quality paint and molding going on here. It's fairly light.
Hey Raph, ready for me to activate the portal? You know I don't like it when you activate this thing. I don't know what's coming through the other side. Well, there's only one way to find out. Ready or not, here it comes. Where's my body? Blasted turtle! Who invited you, you little pile of squish? Oh, no you don't. Back you go.
I'm so stoked that this Pizza Club Donnie and portable portal generator are part of my collection. It's been a ton of fun discussing with all of you the New York Toy Fair reveals, and I'm glad we got to summarize our thoughts on the remaining stuff with NECA TMNT there. I'm curious what NECA will have at the Haulathon this year. I feel like the Ultimate Toon Shredder is a strong pop, and given that they're making an Ultimate Toon Shredder, does that mean that one day they might remake Bebop, Rocksteady from the Toon line, April, and maybe some more foot soldiers, please? I'm having a hard time finding foot soldiers for a reasonable price, and you need a sheer number of them to pull off any kind of fight scene or diorama. Don't forget to hit the like button on the video. Don't forget to subscribe, because you don't want to miss out on all the cool toys, toy mods, and gaming tips we've got coming down the pipeline.